It's really good to look back on it and reflect on the change, so, when I first started, I would get flare-ups, every couple of weeks. I could end up in hospital with very strong painkillers, upping my prednisolone, which is a steroid, to bring down the arthritis, bring down the nerve pain, the lupus, which can affect your joints and also around the eyes, the glands, and it was quite intense. And then, in the morning, after all the meds were pumped into me, I would leave hospital, and then I'll have to recover at home, and then again build myself back up to get another flare up. And that was the cycle. And the cycle was triggered definitely by stress, and then chemical, so the fact that my body was so sensitive, it was also sensitive to chemicals, and it was sensitive to food and all that. So when I did the sessions with you, each time I had a session, you would give me something to work with, as in how to look at things and how to detach myself from the pain, that pain isn't me, isn't part of me. It's just part of the emotion, it's how fluid it can be. Right. I guess that's what I understood, and how not to be afraid of it, because it's like the movie scene that you would describe to me, as in, I'm the director of my own movie, and it will finish and end however I want it to. So, and then in the back, you have the blank screen again, which is you have that. So that really helped, that mindset, and always going back to that mindset. So when I would have a flare up, then my mind will kick into like a panic attack. Oh, I'm having a flare up. Oh my God, I'm going to end up in hospital. It's life changing. I just feel from where I was a year ago to now, I was a mess. If anyone saw me, they would have thought, yeah, she's gone. She could either die. I literally couldn't walk. I was bedridden. It was all this panic that would make it worse. That would really and then it just went in, and my body just took over. So then even the second session, I had hardly any flare-ups, maybe a little one again. From the first one, there was a huge change, and it was just that perception, that mindset, and the little triggers that you used to get me out of it, get me away from that being part of who I am, because it's not who I am. And now, I don't know, I just feel amazing. I feel really good. Yeah. The pain's kind of gone. I'll get a little bit of pain here and there, but I think that's just that old mindset of, oh, you're supposed to have pain, so it comes. Right. But there's no real good reason for it, Yeah. And then I kind of go, Fran, you are absolutely healthy. There's nothing wrong with you. And then it goes away. It's quite very interesting. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So my brain fog and fatigue, just it's just like I'm back to normal. I can stay up longer. I can do more things. My hands, are a little bit, they're damaged. That's from the arthritis or the vaccine or whatever. There's no proof of either exactly, but it did happen after the vaccine. The 2 vaccines that it got really bad, because my immune system was low, and then it just kind of triggered it, made it worse. That's the only thing. And I'm just focusing on seeing them as healthy hands, and just not putting a lot of attention to that there's something wrong with them, and seeing how that will go. I think that's going to take a little bit of time. I've also don't have the fear of my first trip that I'm going to do with my friend. And before I would never even think about it. I might get a flare up, I might get sick. There's no way I can do it. I can't do all the walking. I can walk more. Yeah, so I don't have that fear anymore. I guess it's about the illusion of the illusion we create in our life of how we have attached ourselves to pain, if we're going to talk about pain in this instance, and illness, and how it's been really programmed in us from, childhood. Because for me, it was my mum was quite ill at a young age, and I saw that. And I feel like I picked up that patterning from her, although I never wanted to be like that. So there's that, how that subconscious picks that up, and I didn't even realize. And when I worked with you, you made me understand, or you somehow unraveled that pattern, and or brought it out to me to see, and in the end it was me to make the decision. You didn't say do this, do that. You just brought up examples and ideas and different way of looking at things, and then they just clicked with me. Yeah.
So
That's it. And then the illusion of it all too. It was just like, oh gosh, that's so easily worked through. And you're like, oh, this is gold. I was very ready and I wanted to make the shift. So I was listening to everything. And I was like, even if you don't believe it, just listen and do it and see what happens, So yeah, that's what I would say to other people is like, just put everything aside, listen, give it a go, and then see if it works for you. The amount of money I spent on doctors and specialists and different types of therapies, literally I want to cry, but it's yeah, it's absolutely definitely worth investing in it and doing the work. And it's not difficult at all. I would suggest that too. And I want to continue working with Jorgen and do his workshops and things like that. I want to keep learning because I think it's a great thing to continue using that throughout your life for everything, to make your life better and easier, because it's pretty tough out there.